This is of particular interest to me at the head of the Russian House in Addis Ababa, since the development of cooperation in education and science is a cornerstone of our activities here in Ethiopia. As you may know, the full name of our organization is Russian Center for Science and Culture. In this regard, I would like to emphasize that our center organizes the selection of Ethiopian students who go to Russia under the scholarship of the Russian government. The number of Ethiopian students which go to study in Russia increases every year, with the current number of scholarships being 100 people for the academic year 2025-2026. And most of the students choose technical specialties, as the Russian industry-integrated educational system is recognized traditionally as one of the leading schools all over the world.
Moscow branch of MEFI University, and of course others universities I talked about. Collective usage of infrastructure in Obninsk. So we have a lot of practice for our students and for our professors and trainers who also take part in our educational programs. And these practical models we do in our university, as well as on the branch of our big nuclear and not or related to nuclear scientific centers, which are located in Obninsk or close to Obninsk or in Moscow.
Over in 1953, we got our famous name, Moscow Engineering Physics University, MEFI. Not so long ago, our government decided to introduce the term of national research universities. The first two were our university and one also were at the top, as you may see.
Between our countries there is a very long history, cooperation and link, and I hope that this conference will be the one more step in our cooperation in the nuclear sphere, in the development of all our nuclear project and non-energy and energy project.
We always welcome and support such events where experts from industry and education communicate with each other, can share their opinions and views, and establish personal contacts, and where young people are given the opportunity to get acquainted with the development of science and educational opportunities in Russia. We are motivated when such contacts develop into close and sustainable cooperation and eventually turn into business projects which contribute to technological sovereignty and benefit for both our countries. And we support talented young people, of whom I'm sure there are a lot in Ethiopia, in choosing Russian education.
Hello everyone, you are watching AMN Plus. This is our weekly program, Diplomatic Corner. Today I'm sitting with Dr. Massan Beka. Dr. Massan Beka is currently the coordinator of nuclear education programs for a consortium of state cooperation in Rosatom universities responsible for development of collaborative projects in research and education. Stay with us. Doctor, if there is any update, can you tell us more, a little about yourself?
Well, I'm working for the consortium of state cooperation Rosatom, where we promote nuclear education public awareness of various applications of nuclear technology to break the stereotypes that exist in the society and show students and academic community of ways of applying nuclear technology in sustainable ways to make sure that these instruments that are available to the society contribute positively to the economic development of the country and the region of African continent.
Technology and Education Forum that we're having today, what is that it is aimed for?
It's aimed to bring industry and education community together, because here we have stakeholders from Rosatom Corporation themselves, then representatives of universities, and a new project that just has been commenced, Obninsk Tech, which brings all of the universities together under one umbrella that specialize in nuclear technology for the purpose of working in the focused mode with the various countries depending on their needs and ambitions in terms of developing nuclear technology, so that staff training, staff exchanges, technology and educational programs transfer can be realized through such collaborations. So this event is an attempt to bring together governmental structures, universities and business in a single way with implementation of the projects of interest for a particular country. In this case, we are discussing prospects of Ethiopia building a nuclear power plant and a research reactor.
Collaboration with the universities of Ethiopia and the universities of Russia. I think minutes ago, we discussed the Future Technology and Education Forum. So how is it progressing right now? The collaboration, I mean.
We're here with a group of professors from National Research Nuclear University MIFI, who have read a course of lectures to Addis Ababa Science and Technology University students and staff who have been certified with the modules and given credits in terms of academic achievement, which are used to promote, first of all, the educational programs that consortium has and establish joint programs by aligning educational plans and academic plans and curricula in a way where we can do part of the training here and part of the training in Russia, so that eventually the curriculum can be aligned to a level where students from local universities in Ethiopia can transition into Russian universities, graduating with the right skill sets, covering theoretical, laboratory and practical skills necessary for industrial and immediate engagement.
From your observation, Doctor, what are the technological challenges in Africa, particularly in Ethiopia, and in terms of potential, particularly the users' potential, in order to equip themselves in technology, appropriate technology? I think just you can, it can be particularly nuclear technology, but in general, technological challenges of Africa. What is your observation about it?
Well, the three major things that African continent is to develop, to obtain full control of its resources is, of course, mineral resource development, energy sector, to make sure that all of the processing can be done here at the continent. Many of the leaders of African countries are talking about using their minerals for the benefit of their people. Transport infrastructure that is developed for intercontinental integration processes so that economies can work together, opposite to established ways of extracting minerals or resources outside of the continent. Now we are looking at intercontinental integration processes. So once again, this is mineral resource, power, or energy sector, and transport. I think these three areas are economic development drivers. And of course, food security and healthcare must be there at the world-class level to make sure that all the workforce that will be used for these economic areas are in the right environmental conditions to support the growth. Because Africa is a fast-growing continent. I think by the year 2060, every fourth person on the planet will be African origin. If we are not all African origins, as we know from Ethiopia. So once these sectors are aligned with the local industries and the skills and knowledge are localized, the transformation will take place.
Technology plays a crucial role in Ethiopian development by providing opportunities for innovation and economic growth, by improving access to education and healthcare, by enhancing agricultural productivity and infrastructure, by expanding access to financial services through digitalization. And technology can lead the nation to sustainable development. But technological development can only be achieved if proper education is available in the nation. Without well-educated workforce equipped with the necessary skills and knowledge, it becomes challenging for us to innovate and progress in the rapidly evolving technological landscape. Investing in education and training programs focused on technology is essential for promoting innovation, economic growth, and competitiveness on the global scale. Ethiopia is a country with about a population of 130 million people, from which 70% is youth. It is through education that we equip our youth with the necessary skills and knowledge to overcome challenges, innovate, and create a better future for all. International collaborations can indeed be beneficial for countries like Ethiopia in terms of educating youth in the technological landscape. Partnering with countries like the Russian Federation is expected and more beneficial due to the historical relationship between the two countries. The historical relationship between the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and the Russian Federation has been characterized by mutual respect and sense of solidarity. Also, although geographically distant from each other, the two countries have maintained diplomatic ties dating back very long in history. Today, the two countries have maintained diplomatic relations and they are working together on issues such as technology, investment, counterterrorism, economic development, education, and health. Collaborating with universities in the Russian Federation, the country with advanced technological capability, Russia is, could provide valuable knowledge and resources to gain the skills needed for the technological age in Ethiopia. By working together, we can exchange expertise, promote innovation, and foster growth in the technology sector, ultimately leading to improved opportunities and economic development for Ethiopia. As we come together in this forum today, the exchange of ideas and experiences between Ethiopian and Russian colleagues will undoubtedly provide direction to enrich and empower Ethiopia's technological expertise by exploring possible interconnectivity between education systems of the two countries. I urge all of us to engage in a meaningful discussion, share best practice, and foster partnership that will benefit our respective countries. Let us approach this forum with open minds, a spirit of cooperation, and a commitment to build a brighter tomorrow through education.
Let's talk about the nuclear technology. So I think there are areas that nuclear technology can be applied, particularly in agriculture and the science. So I think you are exerting efforts towards putting something on the development of the nation, particularly in Africa. So what are the areas that nuclear technology can be applied?
Apart from energy, it is agriculture, medicine, as you said, cancer treatment using nuclear pharmaceuticals, which reduce greatly time spent in care compared to, say, chemotherapy. creating new materials with nuclear technology is possible with properties and qualities that do not exist with real materials. Then of course safety and security, all the scanning and airports, hostels, hotels, etc. use nuclear technology. Environmental applications for desalination of water or cleaning instruments in healthcare system, for example. So there are plenty of applications that will be interesting for academic community and business communities also, because all of those create business opportunities and create industries. Agriculture, for example, we in Russia do not have such abundance of heat to grow tropical fruit, but transportation of agricultural goods using nuclear technology becomes possible, so that we can expand and extend shelf life of your wonderful mangoes and papayas. We can have them on our market. So the field is huge, and it will be interesting for specifically young people to find themselves in careers in various applications of nuclear technology.
For African countries, it is just quite expensive when we think about nuclear technology, and African countries lack infrastructure and capacity, technical capable people. So these might be the challenges for African people. So how can the nations deal with these setbacks?
Africa is the richest continent. It has so much potential and resources.
Yeah, the potential, natural resources. Yes.
Exactly. So it's just a matter of managing the resources correctly for the benefit of the nations that live here. With the right frameworks of law, right education, and right technologies. Various instruments and programs are available in bringing capacity here, which require stable political environment, again, educational system, and logistical channels. Logistical channels have to be established between, in this case, Russia and Africa, to transfer technology and skills in a long-term sustainable manner.
I read that you studied with the focus of on solar cell, just methods, materials, and utilizations. So, have you observed any potential of Ethiopia in the solar energy? And I think it is quite clear that the hydropower potential of Ethiopia is huge. So, in terms of utilizing its resources, what do you think that the nation can do to utilize this potential or resources?
Important thing for a country to do is to establish what is called energy balance or energy mix with all available energy sources. In fact, one of the universities of Consortium of State Corporation Rosatom, Moscow Power Engineering University, has a program of development of countries' model of energy system given a mix of energy sources. So hydro, solar, biofuel, wind have to come together into a coherent system that addresses all of the industrial needs. So through the cooperation with State Corporation Rosatom, we can establish programs that will develop models for economic sectors in inclusion into a continental energy system. So what important part of this engagement represents is modeling of the energy system, and you have available examples in Russian Federation, country that spans 11 time zones. So the networks and the power mix there is well developed, and Ethiopia can draw from that experience by technological cooperation and staff training. So it's important to have a grand overview of the model that will serve all areas of economy of the country.
Doctor, what about the countries, Russia and Ethiopia? Are they enthusiastic about just enhancing cooperation in this regard in nuclear technology?
Yes, of course. Many things connect Russia and Ethiopia, and now I think there's a renaissance and relationship between our two countries, and having business, education, and government working together, now we will see development of real infrastructure and real skills here in Ethiopia.
Ethiopian Nuclear Science Society. This society is a very young society that has been established about 3.5 years ago. So it has been established in August 2021. This society is the first professional society in the field of nuclear science and the technology, as to my knowledge, in this country. So we didn't have the Nuclear Science and the Technology Society in the country before. So this society is established to bring together professionals, researchers from different academic world who are engaged in nuclear science and technology. Actually, we have a lot of professionals who are working in nuclear science and technology, in medicine, in chemistry, in physics and engineering, but we didn't know each other. But now we have this society which has brought us together to excel more and benefit from the use of nuclear science and the technology. As you know, nuclear science and the technology is very important, as we are hearing from Russians and other countries who have a long experience. So nuclear science and the technology is a very important science, especially in medicine, in chemistry, in agriculture, and others also. So we have established this society 3.5 years ago. We were only 6 when we were started to establish this society. The late Dr. Solomon, the nuclear medicine physician who was there, who has played a great role to establish this society. Then we brought together, and first of all, we had an ambition of establishing Ethiopian Nuclear Medicine Society, but this is a little bit narrow. So then we have broadened it to Ethiopian Nuclear Science and the Technology, to include all people who are working in nuclear science and the technology, to include the engineers, the chemists, and the physicists, and others who are engaged in this nuclear science and technology, so that we have gave the name that Ethiopian Nuclear Science and Society will represent all people who are working on this. So we have a vision to foster nuclear science and the technology in this country. And our mission was just to ensure the development of nuclear science in the country through nuclear research, through community awareness. As we all know, when we talk about nuclear science, most of us are thinking of the nuclear bomb. It's not about the peaceful use of nuclear sciences. Therefore, we have to make campaign to aware individuals, even our community, to know that nuclear science is not only for some sort of nuclear bombs. It can also help us in agriculture, in medicine. Actually, it has been started more before 40 years in Black Lion Hospital, where we have been practicing nuclear medicine. But it is not well known. Even the department is not well known, but currently we are advocating that nuclear medicine is very excelling, and the others, nuclear engineering, nuclear chemistry, and these are all also now excelling because of this society, and also because of the Ministry of Innovation and Technology. I would also like to thank the Ministry of Innovation and Technology, which is always supporting us to advocate this science. So, and also our mission is to collaborate with local government and non-governmental organizations, as well as with international institutions, to share technologies and to make staff exchanges, so that we can learn a lot from experienced countries just like Russia. When we are doing this, we have made a lot of activities. We have made a campaign in high schools and also in elementary schools like Cathedral School, to just give a brief explanation that nuclear science will also be another discipline as other disciplines like chemistry, physics. Our students who are learning science in high school should know that nuclear science can also be an additional discipline, so that if we have young people who are learning or have the information about nuclear science, so that the country will get benefit of this. So that we have made some campaign in high schools, and also when we were making a campaign, inaugurating our nuclear science society, during the first nuclear science society, we have invited high school students. They have been here. Unfortunately, you cannot see the picture. We have had the pictures hid in my computer. Then this is the fourth time annual conference. We have already inaugurated and made the second annual conference, and the third, we have made it successfully. Now we are going to have the fourth Nuclear Science Society annual conference. I'm sure you all will be the member of this society and help us. Especially we need to make a collaboration with Rosatom, and we have already shared the memorandum of understanding with the Rosatom. Then we can work together as well. We have also shared our draft memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Innovation and Technology. I hope they will consider it, and then we can work together. We have also closely working with Radiation Protection Authority. I don't know if the name is correct, maybe change it this time. Ethiopian Technology Association. So we are working closely with this group also. So shortly, Ethiopian Nuclear Science Society is already established and are now going to celebrate its fourth annual conference. And we expect more from the Rosatom group to respond to our memorandum of understanding so that we can work more. And also, we want individuals to go to Russia, especially in engineering and physics, to have some trainings through this society.
The last question, how long has it been since you first arrived in Addis Ababa?
More than 10 years ago.
Okay, 10 years. So you are the best person, I think, to give us a relation. Can you tell me the development progress of Addis Ababa right now?
Oh, I'm
in relation to the previous?
Impressive. In one word, impressive. Every year I come, there's a huge leap of progress in infrastructure, and definitely I can see that the reason why African Union is here and the way the whole country is advancing in cohesive togetherness is an example for all African nations of Pan-Africanism, because that's what it represents to me when a country comes together and solves its economic and social problems together to achieve a better future.
All right. Thank you, Doctor, for your this time from your busy schedule today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Well, everyone, that's it for this week's Diplomatic Corner with Dr. Masambaka. We've talked about technology and related issues. Until we meet you with another guest next week, have a wonderful time.